Lenskart is finally making its market debut with an IPO which will open this Friday for subscription and close on November 4th. The price band is 382 to 402 rupees per share, and this is a mix of an OFS as well as fresh capital. That means an exit for investors as well. Total issue size is 7,278 crores. Out of this, a fresh issue is 2,150 crores, while the offer for sale is 5,128 crores at the upper price band. Now, what is the vision of Lenskart? What is the strategy? And what is behind its massive growth? To speak on all of this, I'm joined by Peyush Bansal, CEO and co-founder of Lenskart. Peyush, thank you so much for your time to NDTV Profit. My first question, why are you raising money? You're a net cash positive company for the last 3 years.
See, we are still, as you know, we are expanding stores, Tamanna, and firstly, thanks for taking our time. But yeah, we are expanding stores. We have to still, we are very early in our journey in India, if you understand. I know it may seem like that we have 2,000 stores, but if you look at the size of the problem and what we have achieved so far, we only have single-digit market share right now. And I think the problem of myopia is really growing in the world, in India and Southeast Asia. We today have about 750 million plus people in India who need glasses. Only about 35% of them are wearing glasses right now. But this good part is this number is getting better, and every year the adoption is increasing. And similarly in Southeast Asia, I would say the penetration is only about 35%. Myopia rates in adults in India right now has risen to about 70%. In Southeast Asia, it's gone up to 80-83%. So from, if you look at that size of the problem, we are still very early in our journey. We are still going to open a lot of stores both in India and internationally. We need to continue to build the brand in India. We need to continue to build the brand internationally. So I think I would say we are still early in the journey. I know we are generating cash flows, but we have a lot of investments coming up.
So then is the purpose to give an exit to some of your investors, and you have some storied investors, some very big names, Peyush?
Not really. If you look at it, none of our investors are really exiting. In fact, to get this IPO done, we had to do kind of a pro rata distribution for our investors. In fact, a lot of our early investors, you'll see, are quite eager to participate in the IPO again. So it's not really an exit IPO for anybody.
Yeah. In fact, there are new names coming in. One of them is Radhakishan Damani. Now, what an endorsement that is, Peyush. Any reaction to that?
Me and my co-founder Amit, we have had such a huge respect for Mr. Damani. I mean, we have grown up watching DMart stores, right? And you'll always find a Lenskart store near a DMart store. You know, I'm telling you that little secret. And we have stood in that DMart store from morning to evening. And, you know, when we met him just as an admirer, not necessarily to raise any money or request him to be part of the IPO, but the conversation hit off really well. And I think, and it was an honor that Mr. Damani decided to be part of our journey. That's all I can say. But yeah, I don't know if it is of prize validation or anything, but yeah, it's a huge honor for us, and there is so much to learn from him. I mean, he's definitely created. DMart is something that we always look up to.
Yeah, no, it's a validation for sure if Mr. Damani comes in and invests. Now, let me talk a bit about the growth of the company. You've seen revenue grow at a CAGR of 33%. You've turned profitable finally in 2025. Now, are these metrics sustainable in your view?
It's difficult to, you know, I won't comment on the future projections, but yeah, I think, like I said, what's happening is that there is more awareness coming for eyewear right now. More and more people are getting up and getting their eyes tested. Kids who are going to school, I think there's a lot of awareness in the schools to get their kids' eye tested. So there's definitely that big gap in people who need glasses and wearing glasses, and that realization is kicking in. And also at Lenskart, you know, eye tests are absolutely free, and we are working very hard to democratize that. About 2 years back, we used to do 6 million eye tests. Last year, we did 16 million eye tests. right? And if for us to really make an impact, this number has to be in hundreds of millions. So I think if I look at it, I can't comment on the future growth, but I would say there is a lot to be done in this category still.
Yeah, yeah. But, now that you're going to be a listed player, analysts will look very closely at things like margins. You have margins at 14.5%. Is this sustainable?
Margin, I think, uh, margin is a reflection of the value that we create for the customers, right? I think largely we have to keep getting better at our customer experience, and with scale coming into the picture, there should definitely be operating leverage that would kick in the business, just like in the last 3 years. But yes, I would still say there is a lot of work to be done here and a lot of value to be created. The category is getting very exciting now. It's getting its adoption for the first time. पहले तो खाली चश्मिश कहते थे लोग. Abhi at least you see celebrities wearing glasses, you see youth adopting glasses. So I'm quite excited about the times ahead in terms of possibilities that we can do with eyewear. I mean, smart glasses is another big area which is just at the cusp of exploding.
Yeah, I like that. Chashmish is no longer a negative thing, says Peyush Bansal. Now, just talking a bit about the business a little more, Peyush, do you see the revenue mix changing going forward? I mean, 80% is still coming in from eyewear. You talked about fashion. Is that where you're heading to?
I think glasses are fashion, look at it, right? 70-80% of the world is becoming myopic, right? In an office today, 7 out of 10 people need glasses. So from a mixed perspective, I do see that more and more people are going to get glasses. Now, whether we want to wait, and glasses are as much fashion. I mean, I feel these glasses add a lot of fashion to me right now. So I think it's a mindset that we have been used to, where sunglasses are fashion and eyeglasses are not fashion. But as far as I can say about Lenskart customers and people who are buying, glasses are more fashion than what you can imagine, even sunglasses, because you wear this all throughout the day. So I think the growth is going to come in the prescription category.
Okay, so growth in the prescription category, also growth through international business. You're present in Japan, you're in Southeast Asia, you're in Middle East. Already revenue contribution from your international business is about 30%. Do you see this growing?
We expanded internationally largely because it is very core to our mission to democratize eyewear. And if you look at Southeast Asia, myopia rates are even higher than India, and the gap between what the solutions that are available in terms of quality, affordability, they are not today, I believe, there to match the demand. And even the same problem like in India, we have only about 30-35 opticians for 1 million people. So they need similar level of solution, and that's why we expanded. In terms of look, it's difficult to comment in the short term. I think if I look at, I usually like to see business in the long term, from 5 to 10 year journey. International is going to be a key part of our journey. I mean, we are not doing this as a trial right now. We are quite excited about revolutionizing eyewear, particularly in markets where myopia rates are very high, including Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Japan. How this mix will change, I think it will keep changing momentarily depending on which market we are accelerating first right now, which market right now is going through, some fundamentals in terms of setting up supply chain. But largely, I would say international is going to be a core part. I mean, we are trying to build a global brand here.
Yeah. So what are the new geographies you're looking at? Or are you going to focus on these areas? Is United States, Europe, and some of these areas also on your map?
Right now, we are not looking at new geographies. I mean, we are already present, focusing on India and neighboring areas of Southeast Asia, Japan, and Middle East, and we expect to continue to focus on these areas.
You keep mentioning through this interview, Peyush, that India is the myopia capital, that rates of myopia are growing. I'm sure this is something that you have researched into. Why is that?
I'm glad you asked this question. So first, I think if you just look at the digital penetration, right? I think the amount of time we are spending on digital screen, I believe has a impact on vision deterioration, and because muscles get really tired. And the second, I think we are not spending as much time outdoors. And what happens is if you're not spending as much time outdoors, your eye muscles are not getting practiced to see far distances, which is myopia, which is short sightedness, which is that you're not able to see far things better. So I think largely, and that is on the rise, I think, and also post COVID, I've seen a massive rise in this. There could be some other angles, but not proven. But I would say digital penetration and shorter sleep cycles, spending a lot more time indoors is the reason for increasing myopia right now.
All the things, Peyush, that we are supposed to not do and are not supposed to be good for our health.
Our lives cannot run without digital screens right now. This interview, this talk conversation is on a digital screen. So classes ain't that bad, right?